Aussies are borrowing money to make their Afterpay payments. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because this takes the cake, guys. People are taking out loans to meet their payments on their like Afterpay or Zip Pay. They're borrowing money to meet the buy now, pay later payments. This is just insane. And you have to remember, most of the things people are buying with this buy now, pay later stuff, it's like discretionary things. It's crap. Seriously, it's like a new dress or something like that. I mean, come on. So let's check this out, because I was hoping when we saw a decrease in credit card usage, it didn't just mean everyone dove in to buy now, pay later. I thought they all watched Dave Ramsey and all went hardcore with their savings. Maybe I'm just being naive. So the dark side of Afterpay and Zip. Aussies admit to taking out loans to meet repayments. Shit. Younger Aussies have flocked to buy now, pay later, which I call hipster lay-by. Services like Afterpay and Zip, but the financial impact for some is shocking. In 2018, 26% of buy now, pay later users were 18 to 24. Despite that age group only making up 12% of the Australian population, according to the Monash University Australian Youth Barometer report. Well, I mean, us old fuddy-duddies aren't going to screw around with these type of things. I mean, I would go like shopping online for, I think I wanted to buy a RAM chip for my server to upgrade it. I only had a couple of gigs. I wanted to get it up to 8 so we can make bigger Minecraft servers for the kids. And, I had the option, pop up, buy now, pay later, pay it in 4 easy installments. It would be more of a pain in the ass for me to pay it in 4 easy installments than just to pay it in one hit. So, and we're not talking much. I think it was $50. During the 2018-19, young people were more likely to incur late payments using buy now, pay later than those who, of those who had missed a payment. 47% were aged 18 to 29. And this is where they get you. This is where it doesn't cost anything, goes out the window. When you make a late payment, they charge you. They penalize you. A shocking 49% of young buy now, pay later users reported cutting back on essential items to meet repayments. Yeah, well, you're going to have to do that. If this is the stupid tax. Hopefully they get in the shit with like a stupid discretionary purchase. Maybe they buy an electronic device and they get into debt and they learn a lesson. This could be the best thing that happened to someone. If you stuff up on a $1,000 phone when you're 18, that could be a valuable lesson that could set you on the path to being financially sensible for the rest of your life. So 50% took out an additional loan and 50% reported being late paying other bills, including other loans, to meet repayments. The report also found that financial literacy among young Australian Aussies was very low in comparison to other age groups, with women falling far behind. Financial literacy refers to the skills and knowledge that everyone needs to interact with the traditional financial market, especially having a working understanding of interest rates, inflation, and diversification, the report said. And the argument would be, and I bet you it'll appear in this article, I'd be shocked if it didn't, that we need to add it to the education curriculum. But the problem is the education curriculum is full of much too much at the moment. It's overloaded. The amount of homework some people get is just insane. Kids, even high school kids, need to learn this stuff. I remember they were asking us all when I was in grade 11 or 12, what could they teach us? And I was asking for financial literacy. I was the only one, and everyone laughed at me. I was that cool then back in school. But I think some people just need to learn the hard way. This is them getting financial literacy, getting screwed over. But maybe you've got people that are just, frankly, too stupid to understand what they're doing. Remember, half the IQ of Australians is below 100. So in 2016, 55% of adult Australians were financially literate. So 45%. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. There is a significant gender difference. 63% of Australian men were financially literate compared with 48% of Australian women. Well, you know why? It's because the men need the money to attract the women. Okay? That's the reality of it. It is part of the package that you bring as a bloke. It has to be your wallet. You got to have money. And often in a more traditional relationship, the man is the provider in the relationship. But saying that, my wife is super good with managing finances, or at least she's really good at living hyper frugally. We were just reminiscing how when we were doing it real tough, and we had a spending freeze. We're not spending any money on any non-essentials. She would go to Aldi with a computer, a laptop that she had, and type in all the prices. She had an Excel spreadsheet of all the costs for things. And we took that with us when we went to, what's that big one? Walmart. No, is that Walmart? Is it Walmart? The big one where you buy the stupid card. Best Buy? No, I can't remember it. Walmart. I'll remember it later. But anyway, you buy this card and you can... Costco, that's it. We went to Costco with it, and she had her Excel there. And I said, look at these bargains, all these products. And she'd compare it to Aldi. Go, no, look at that per gram cost. It's cheaper at Aldi. It wasn't brand name at Aldi, but we didn't care about that. We were just going on the cost of the actual product. You know, dishwashing detergent is going to work if it's got the stupid logo on it of a brand or not. And I guess that's a skill I need to teach at school. But anyway, back to this. And the difference in financial literacy is persistent across age groups. Younger Aussies had the lowest level of financial literacy. Well, that's probably why they all vote left. That's why you've got these young Aussies voting for stupid government policies, stupid politicians, stupid green energy shit that's going to cost us more. Honestly, maybe we need a financial literacy test to vote. Honestly, it's time to ditch universal suffrage, make it contingent on a test that you have to pass. What do you reckon? And make it voluntary. Of those aged 15 to 17 years, only 28% of males and just 15% of females were financially literate. 25% of young people experienced financial difficulties often, or very often in the past 2 years, the report found. Among those, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders were twice as likely as other young Australians to report experiencing financial difficulties often or very often. Young people who had a disability were 1.7 times more likely to report experiencing financial difficulties often or very often compared with those who do not have a disability. So, 3 easy ways to budget. This is sounding terrible, guys. This is much worse than I had anticipated. But it makes so much sense. This is why you've got all these, this is why there's articles about young Australians wanting to embrace socialism. They probably don't understand the implications of what they're saying because they can't even grasp basic concepts like finance. So, the easiest way to budget. Okay, let's look at the 3 easy ways. Interest rates are rising, rents are going up, and the cost of living is the highest it's been since the 90s. So if you don't already have a budget in place, it may be the time to put one together. Yeah, I don't agree with that. No, that's bullshit. A budget's useless. It's just going to be a set of rules that you think you can stick to. What you need to do is you need to track your money first. Before you sit down and make a budget, you need to go through a month of your expenses and track where every dollar and cent is going. And then you need to use that information to make informed decisions of your spending. I think the problem is most people just let their life get away from them and don't have the time to sit down and have a look at it. When they realize, I've got this subscription here, I'm spending money on this, I'm spending so much on food. There's a lot of ways you can cut costs. You can cut your digital subscriptions down, get rid of what entertainment you have, stop eating out, stop going out and wasting money on restaurants, find cheaper ways to eat out, go to parks, go to barbecues, skip meals, don't eat so often. That's probably going to be controversial, but go OMAD, eat once a day, have 1 meal. Find food that's satiating and cheaper, more butter, animal products and fat, not all the garbage processed shit. Buy food in bulk to save money. But anyway, so what can be done to help financial literacy? The report found that young people were the group most vulnerable to sudden drops in their income or extra expenses and were most in need of support to make ends meet. Targeted structural solutions are needed to address significant gaps in financial literacy among groups that often experience marginalization, such as young people with a disability, those from migrant and refugee backgrounds, and those living in remote areas. The remote areas, and that's a lot of the Aboriginal communities living in the middle of nowhere, they're extra screwed over because often it's not, there's not a free market there. It's like the shop is run by the government. No one can own their land. It's all controlled by the body corporate. Or the tribe which is managing the corporation. It's all just, it's a mess. I don't know how you could dig yourself out of that. What future you could see. And then you've got people wanting to stop development, stop jobs, stop opportunities. Look at what happened to Minderby. Town's destroyed now. Financial education needs to prepare young people to understand and critically judge both traditional and emerging financial market products and services, so that they understand the risks and benefits and take advantage of services that best suit their needs and preferences. The report found that while young people were strategic in the way they manage their money, not all have the same opportunities to save their money or invest. There is a clear need for policy support, but also for policymakers to listen to young people to understand the most effective way to support them, it said. So, there we go. Let's have a talk about this. Concerning that people are having to resort to taking out other loans to pay for these Afterpay products. What's more concerning is the lack of financial literacy that's out there. What's the best way to help people? I mean, adding it to the school curriculum will be the default answer, but it won't work. You need to make it cool. And I'm probably the wrong person to talk about that, but it needs to get out there more to people. Financial literacy needs to be the cool thing. People need to be shamed. Maybe that's not the right way to say it. Well, maybe they do. Maybe if people fall on their ass because they're just terrible with their finances, we need to stop having sob story articles in the news blaming the government or blaming the bank for lending people too much money or blaming this, that, or the other, and asking why they didn't have an emergency fund, why they didn't build up a buffer, why it was someone who's living in poverty and destitution and is begging for more money on the Centrelink is spending a huge amount of money on a luxury item like keeping a pet. Or is that, a little too harsh? You tell me. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. How would you improve financial literacy? Check out my other channels, HeiseBroadband and HeiseSays International, for other topics I discuss. And if you want to support the channel, you can financially on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links, buying our pocket squares, or calling us if you need an architect. Now, if you are suffering from a lack of financial literacy, don't spend any money on any content creators, on any YouTubers, on any of the OnlyFans thoughts, none of that shit, guys. Spend your money on getting an education first, okay? Because all of this stuff is a luxury. You should realize that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time, and take care.